You ready?
Yeah.
Alright. So I've tempered my pot, so they're already hot. I don't want to burn anything, so I have it just on a simmer. I'm going to crank him up a little bit now. Put him on high. And I want to render this bacon. I'm putting two separate sauces, as I said, because I have two different types of pastas going in. The majority, of course, is for the bavette. Bacon going in this one as well. Crank him up. Alright? Let that bacon render. Now render is very different to saute. Render is when you take out the fat without sealing in all the juices within the meat. You're getting that fat out. You're bleeding the meat. So we're rendering this bacon. So we're rendering at first. And we're going to give it a little bit of a stir so it don't stick. Alright? So
did you put oil in the pan before or just
not yet, because remember the bacon is 40-60. We have 40% fat in there. So we don't need any excess fat at this point in time at all.
Good stuff. Okay.
Alright? So as the pot has been tempered, it's already hot. So we put in the bacon to a hot pot, but very slightly hot.
Yeah.
And we're just bringing it up to temperature very gradually.
Right.
By the time it reaches to a good temperature, very hot, it's going to be already started to render. Alright?
Wait, can I ask you, does it matter about the pot, or can you use any pot in your kitchen? Or
if you have any pots in your kitchen that does not have a base like this, throw it in the garbage. What this base is, this is a stainless steel base that has a copper ring made inside of it. These are actually 3 different types of metal. And this distributes the heat properly so that you don't burn your product. If your pot is thin on the base, this one actually has, you can see it a lot easier. This base right here. You can see a thick base.
thick?
No, thick. This one. The other one is
it's a lifeway pot. Yeah.
Right? Because it distributes the heat a lot better. Alright. Now you'll see a little bit of caramelization happening on the base of the pot. That is good. You want to get some color. Not sticking and not burning though. Be very careful. Sizzling, nice. Now it's starting to get the temperature. Now at this point in time, I'm going to add a bit of butter. This butter is going to just bring up the fat content a little bit and even out the cooking process inside of the pot. I'm going to reduce the temperature right now just to ensure that there's no sticking. I want browning but no sticking. Alright. So we're using all of that lovely caramelization at the bottom of the pot because that is all going to be part of our taste. Bacon. Alright, at this point in time, our bacon is pretty much fully cooked. We don't need crispy bacon, we want it a little bit wet. Alright? Now,
how is the pasta prepared? Al dente or?
Al dente, as al dente as possible.
Right.
Alright, now we're going to enter the pasta. And remember, this is a course. Pasta is a course by itself. Alright, good. Now we don't need to cook the pasta anymore. It's already cooked al dente. Now we just want to turn it. We just want to turn it. Reduce the temperature at this point in time and let the pasta just turn and the bacon begin to get happy. We want a marriage here going on between the pasta and the bacon. Right? I love doing carbonara with penne especially because of the individual pieces.
Right.
Whereas any type of long pasta like bavette, fettuccine, and any spaghettis and angel hair like number 3, number 2, and number 5,
This bacon you're using here, is it special bacon or is it bacon you can purchase
I
at
want to
home?
tell everybody that you could use any kind of bacon, you know. But if it is that you buy a very fatty bacon or cannot get to a very lean bacon, you can drain it a little bit. No problem at all. Alright, now we're going to distribute our sauce. Alright, this point in time, we want to distribute our sauce, give it a last whip because the cream, the egg, the parmesan,
And this was
it's
what?
going to separate it a little bit.
7 eggs.
Right? So now I'm removing it from the heat. Most important, pay attention right now. I have removed it from the heat because remember we have eggs in here. And at this point in time, we're going to enter our sauce.
You don't want scrambled eggs.
We don't want scrambled eggs. So immediately, we're going to begin to toss away from the fire. As soon as we get a little happy there, everything has coated each other. Okay, let's do the other pasta. We're doing the penne now. You're going to get, of course, the heavier ingredients settling at the base, which is the parmesan. And that's why I also love to make sure that the parmesan is not powdered or very finely grated. I like it rough. Rough chopped parmesan. Good. Equal. Okay. Now we're going to do the quick toss. This is going to carry over cook. So I'm still not on the fire. And you'll see that I'm taking it from the outside in. Because I don't want to break the pasta. It is imperative for Italians to have their pasta as long as possible. You don't want to cut it up. If you go onto the table and you use a knife and fork and start chopping up your pasta, they'll probably kill you. Yeah, and we don't want to die, okay? So, let's take our penne. And we keep it tossing, and it's tempering. If you need a little heat, just like when we're cooking chocolate, we can go on the heat.
Swirl.
Swirl, keep it moving. And if you start to see any boiling at all, remove. And return until you see that the sauce has thickened enough.
So you have the back burner on a medium heat at this stage, right?
Exactly. The temperature is down, but I want to be very delicate with it. I don't want to break the pasta as well. Alright, I think we're about ready here with this one. The fettuccine, bavette, sorry, is pretty much ready at this point in time.
Any seasoning pepper or any sort of pimentos or black pepper does the job, or it's...
You know, there's nothing else needed.
Good.
There's nothing else needed. At this point in time, if you wanted to kick it up a notch and you wanted to put some chopped hot peppers, I would definitely highly recommend it. Hot pepper is something that, yeah, at this time. Right? This is a classic carbonara. You don't want to fool around with this at all.
And this is served for how many people you think?
No, this is for me.
How many packs of spaghetti you would have used?
This is for me alone. I have to cook yours one just next. No, I think that, you see, especially this type of pasta is very dense. So a little bit will go a long way. You will be full just in one mound. I would say 1 pack of pasta, which is usually about 300 to 450 grams, will feed easily 6 persons. You're eating it with bread, perhaps a little something on the side, especially when you're talking about a little bit of salad, some, tomatoes and mozzarella, anything in that area. But I mean, you can add shrimp, you can add beef, you can add pork, you can add whatever you want. But I will recommend, if you do cook that separate, have it ready, fully cooked, dice it up, and then throw it in now. So you can do many derivatives if you like.
Right. Subject it is. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And that's
Okay.
about it.
That's it.
That's about it.
Bon appetit.